Beijing will not take that lightly.
And I'll have to share this experience with you. We met many volunteers or even staff members representing big international humanitarian organizations, including the United Nations agencies. And when we were interviewing them, they said a lot of great things about us. They wish we'd take down the Chinese Communist Party to eliminate the root cause of all the evil problems. And then when they were doing the interview, they said, "I'm sorry, I have to take off my vest," because on their vest it shows the United Nations, it shows their organization's name, but it just speaks volume that people are recognizing the new federal state of China. And so I think that I totally agree with you that we have to make the people to people connections and help people understand who we are, what we do. And I'm just so surprised that how many people are actually following your war room pandemic. It's people from all over the world. And I think that your program is definitely waking up the people.
Well, we hope to wake up the American people, and we hope to assist Lao Beijing. I want to make a comment, though, about what you said. This is very important, particularly for people watching us in mainland China. One of the things is that in Geneva, this is one of the powerful things about new federal state, what they were doing at the border of Ukraine. In that last couple of weeks, you had the operation. We also had the situation in Geneva where the World Health Organization was trying to change the international health regulations. And the operating units in Geneva of the UN are totally infiltrated by the CCP. The World Health Organization may be the worst. In fact, the reason that the Wuhan situation got so out of control in Wuhan, they came out on the 14th of January, as I was here with Miles Groh, and they said there's no community spread, right, and no human-to-human transmission of Wuhan on January 14th of 2020. A total lie put out by WHO. And the reason is, it's so totally infiltrated. All those operations in Geneva are totally infiltrated by the CCP. At the same time we have that, where we're fighting to give more sovereignty of all the nations, that you guys at the same time are transmitting from Ukraine with, you're there to help and assist everybody in the world, not just Chinese, but everybody. It's a very powerful juxtaposition, and I think that's what's going to make it very powerful in this year to try to get official recognition, at least from some NGOs and maybe for some countries. Now the countries, everybody knows, as soon as they try to recognize the new federal state, the CCP is going to hit them harder than they're going to hit Taiwan.
So I think that it appears that there's a bipartisan support of the sanctioning or taking down the Chinese Communist Party from the policy standpoint in the United States. Do you think that the U.S. government will be the first one to recognize the new federal state of China as a independent sovereign nation to replace the current regime by the Chinese Communist Party? How likely is it going to happen in the next few years?
The earliest that could happen is with the new Trump administration that would win in 2024. There's zero chance. I mean, the Biden is I don't need to get into details, but you've seen from the laptop from hell, they're fairly compromised. Listen, I believe that the CCP will actually fall before we have to get recognition from the American government. Now, it's not to say that some other countries, and particularly other NGOs, maybe around the United Nations, some of these NGOs can start to officially recognize. So I think there's lots of opportunities. When you talk about those core nations, that's going to be tough. And I actually believe that the CCP, I don't think the CCP has 2 or 3 years. I actually think with this economic collapse and what they've done on the virus, and particularly what they've done over the last 6 weeks, in Shanghai and Guangzhou to the China, when you have 400 million people in hard lockdowns, they can't even get food, and you don't even explain it to the entire world, I think that's the beginning of the end for the CCP.
Wow, amazing.